red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky, from the valley to the ride, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 out the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Jack keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. The weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah, you can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I talk.
Good day, everybody. Let's see if these sticks we put out for the ski track, if they would be loose already. There's not too much frost in the field, or no frost, but there might be just where the ski track was. We'll see if these are loose. Nah, it's still frozen, yeah, frozen. It's here, it's no frost, but where the track was, it's still frozen, so it's best to leave that still. This one I can take. The sticks, they will be looser after a little while. If they would be here, it's nothing, but it's just, it has frozen more there. Yeah, once I tried and then I broke, like left a little piece in the ground. That's not good. You can almost feel when you walk. Almost you can feel that. Yeah, here it's frosty and then here it's kind of soft. What's this? Is this from the fireworks?
Joo, men det är bara sån här
Trash.
det är sån här
It's paper.
det är okej.
Something from the fireworks.
Det är bara sån här
Those sticks will have to wait yet. It still seems to be some frost in the ground right there. Right here there is not, but those sticks were still frozen to the ground. Put this somewhere where it's not in the way, but then we can take it next winter. Then I need to check my bike. Trying to get like a rear rack here for the bike, and this is like on the side. It's like this type of attachment. It's like there's no plate here. It's like this. It's like two screws, and then it should be, and then it should be like here. Or then it has to be just on this. Like this is meant for, or are these meant for like some bag here or something? And here's something too. But is there no? It's weird that those are there, but there's no like official rack for it. So these must be for something else, for like bags or something. And I could take it from the old bike, but this doesn't fit at all here. That is different. It's here, and then these will not go here. There's nothing to attach here. So either leave it like that, or I have to heavily modify some own contraption. Yeah, but it needs to be one that, I don't know how you can measure the distance here, that this is about right. If it's a fat bike, then these are probably even further. Gotta check that. Check that it's good. Yep, this goes in the trash. Gonna go just for a walk in the forest, I think, today. See if all the snow is gone in the forest. It should be mostly gone, I think. Yep. It seems to be so warm now that soon we can take all the stuff away. It's gonna be, we might still get snow, but it's not really gonna be anything significant, I think. Might melt just straight away. It's already dried up here yet. Roller we can put away. Yeah, it's been warm since that's always the longest, that snow. And that's almost gone, so it's been really warm, yeah. That snow usually goes at the end of March or April, like mid-April. Early stuff. Even here there might be a little snow, but even here it's all gone. Here the ground feels frozen still. Here's a little bit of ice. A few days like this, and this will go. Could still ski here. Ski in the middle here. Still see the old track. This is where the snow. Sometimes when the fields are ready to work, then here you can still feel the ground frozen. It's on the north side here and behind the trees, and there's more snow here than anywhere else here really. Up here it's almost all gone also. Muddy. There's a little snow, but fields are completely out of snow. And no puddles. It's already non-puddly.
Joo.
Which is good. Few days.
Strax där att det är tumpare i diket så
Man kan ju.
så kommer det bättre vatten bort.
Men inte blir det så mycket när det är så, nu när det inte är mycket snö. Så lite som desto mindre desto bättre. Desto mindre desto bättre. Sen efter att man har sålt så får du regn.
Ja.
Härifrån vi åka kantigt skon. Let's go from here, and you don't want to walk in the field, it's kind of muddy there. Walk on the side of the field. Where did John go? Disappeared. Any water flow here? Not much. Here's a little snow still. I here plowed up some roots again. I have to see if they're loose now. Might be frozen still. Aspen roots. They get stuck in the cedar and stuck in the, especially the cedar get stuck here, then you drag them all the way along, long way. Yeah, it seems like the ground is pretty loose. You get the biggest ones out. There's some fertilizer also,
Joo.
organic fertilizer.
Työmanhan lähdin menee.
This one we need to get out. Oh, it's a big one. It's gonna get caught in the machines. I should have some axe or something. Not giving up. There's a big one there. Well, I can see when I harrow this, and we'll see what comes out. This one would be good to get away. It's almost broken off, but not really broken off. I'm trying. It's a little bit took some damage from the plow, but it didn't rip it completely off. It's gonna break here now. Well, at least this way I can see it when I harrow. Maybe best to leave it like that. The smaller ones out. It's always this tree that wants to grow out in the field. So every time we plow, we kind of rip out some roots. Okay, heading for the woods. Yeah, there's no snow, it's easy to walk here now. Planted birch is pretty big here. So we might need some brush cutting here, but not really. Not too bad. The stuff that we planted last, this and that one, it's pretty like there's no need to do anything yet. There's usually more stuff coming up. It's pretty non-bad in all the locations. Om man kan klara sig kanske med bara en röjning här. Det brukar alltid komma en skit så satan, men nu är det inte mycket. Nej, men här brukar det är inte någon yllätys. På sådana stenbackar det kommer inte mycket i, men här brukar det alltid mycket. Nu bara kommer löven på oss, nu ser det här är värre ut, men det går nog ännu några år. Hello there, Meyer. Christmas trees looking good, even though these are not going to be Christmas tree, but just normal trees, forest trees. There's a pine. This one grew a lot last year. That's a meter right there. 20, 40, 60, at least 80. That much last year. Pretty good. Pretty good growth. Even if it's really rocky, in the most places you can still have trees. Here's a little patch where I guess there was just rocks, so we couldn't plant any trees. There might be some tree coming up naturally here eventually, but for the most part we could plant trees here pretty nicely. Even if it looks like it's just rocks, right here it might be a little patch where it actually is just rocks. Couldn't find any soil to put a new tree in, but you can see from the previous generation the trees will grow pretty well here once you get them started. A lot of the trees grew pretty well last summer. It rained, so you can see a lot big addition last year. Most are like half meter or more. Pretty good. From this point on, they usually try really take off. Now we have more needles and not too much competition here yet. And yeah, they have gotten some solid roots now. Been growing a few years. I'll go here and then over and to the other side there. See how it looks there. It would be similar to this. There we planted birch a little bit and down there. Looks good too. The moose hasn't destroyed the birches here at all pretty much. Big difference from here to back to the other forest. Much more moose damage there.
Joo.
Here it's almost nothing. Like you can see a few trees, but it's so little that it doesn't really matter even. Always gonna be a little bit of moose damage. Hey, they've been cutting down the shit on the other side. That's why I heard one day or 2 days someone was using the brush cutter here, revving it up. You can see the blue markers. They have cut all the trees down underneath the smaller power line. It was, yeah, one day I heard like, I could hear they were doing this. So yeah, so like every 5th year or something they come here and mow down everything under the power lines. They have done this side now, it seems. Underneath the, I guess, the older power line. Yep. Right here, right down there, they have mowed everything down here and all the way here. Seems good. Not that we have really anything to do about this. This is like our forest here, but we can't grow anything here because power lines. Should probably try to, I don't know, grow Christmas trees here. Something. You can grow something as long as is it under 5 meters, under 4 meters. Something really short you can grow here. Field, you could have a field here, but there's only rocks, and here's like a little patch that's really wet. Can't really have this as a field either. They have left really long stumps. I think that might help with the trees not growing back as fast. Mega long stumps they have left, like 1/2 meter. This is the first time I think I've seen it seems like on purpose they have left really long stumps.
Det är ju lättare att
Yeah, smaller chance of hitting rocks, but I think they've done it on purpose because it should. If you would do this in summer like this, then there should be less shit growing up again. Det kommer lite bättre tillbaka tror jag. Nej. Men det här ser nog när man säger det här är nog på flit det här, det är inte misstag. Ja, de har nog säkert fått att det här är oftast du vanligtvis drar man nog det där. Om man röjer i skogen så röjer man nog det där något. Så att man ser att det inte tar sten, men det här är nog på flit när man nog keula pystyssä farin ihan sitä. Yeah, I think they on purpose they have left pretty long stumps. And maybe it grows back more slowly so they don't need to come back as soon. I go up there to the puddle place, see if the lake is in place. Yeah, even here the trees are pretty. I don't think I need to come here and brush cut this summer. Still seems good. It's usually like after 5 seasons you can do something. Moose, moose, moose. Moose, 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 moose. You can see every single top has been eaten. The tasty thing is the bud at the end. As you can see, a moose or deer has been eating here. Literally every growth point at the end. Not this one, but they like to eat this end. I think this has more nutrients or stuff, or tastes better. Luckily that was like a tree that's not really the thing we try to grow here, so it doesn't matter if they eat the row and trees or stuff. Here the spruces are a little smaller in this area. This I put the plant protectors here and that didn't do anything. If anything it slowed down the spruces. So that's not gonna, we're not gonna do that again ever. They didn't do shit. Yeah, the trees have grown, if anything they have been growing more slowly here than the other place. But it's okay. Trials, nice to do some trials always. Nej, det gräset det är mer som det skulle liksom inte som det skulle växt dåligare här.
Man ser just när man planterar och man planterar det så måste man lite av det. Men det kommer sen bara det kommer som farligt på det.
Det är mest det gräset som kommer på att det blir flat, men inte det nu inte det tror jag då i något det här så då man riktigt onödigt där. Ja. För det är ju inte. Men så det ligger bara att plantera bara utan nu. Och det var nästan dubbelt kost så att de här där är en där men så att flyger iväg något så. Kanske någon lite gödslar och kanske sen snart börjar växa bättre. Inte nog mycket skillnad i början ska jag säga. Nu var kanske någon grad då här har det gläser men här kommer ut alla björk till. Men inte behövs här heller tror jag röja sig sommaren när man ser att det kommer löven men efter några år sen så. Det är mest det där de som kanske röjer det och något. Det här behövs nog inte tror jag än. Det är en liten pusikko, men liten pusikko kan det alltid vara något. Kommer undra hur mycket tallar här. Vart är närmast tall? A lot of pine has come here naturally, but there's no pine here, so I wonder. The seeds must have come from over there or pretty far away. But it's nice, it feels in a little bit here. Some spruces have maybe died here. But it's nice that some birch or something fills in. Get some trees to grow. Here's a few that are really small. I think there's the grass competition. You can see a few spruces really small. That's the issue with the grass, but it's like a really small spot. It's not a big issue. There's a few really small trees. Here's also a ditch, and there's nothing flowing there. Surprisingly dry immediately. Almost no water movement. And no wild boar tracks yet. I don't see anything dug up yet. One year there was a lot there. Look here. This is the same place, but I think this was not like this last year. Look at this. Who's been digging there and there and there? That's the wild boar.
Joo.
Been digging around. Markbered. There's going to be some trees starting to grow here because the dirt has been kind of plowed over by the animals, not by humans. What? Joo, där måste han gå. De måste han gå rötter och sånt tycker om. Ja. Nej, nu de lagade diket fast i bak så de lagade diket fast. Almost fell. No, har du varit och sitt i bak?
Nej.
Det där är ett sånt dik så det är hälften utav djupet får bort och det blir hälften bredare.
Nej, för sen var det började man måste göra djupet.
Ja, men det var ganska nära naporin dit så det gör nog inte där vid oss men det naporin blir nog lite dämd upp dit bakom. Men det där var nog det, jag tänkte först att det var saker, det är tosi mycket liksom maansiirtoja. Det var lite som någon skulle, tänkte först att någon har varit grävd i den, men jävla. Some huge wild boar action in some places. That one spruce has some growth weirdness. Yeah. All branches down there and then just a long stick up in the middle. Here's a little patch that's really dense. Here you could come and do some brush cutting already now. But it's luckily just small patches, like most of it is still no problem. No problem. Anybody need some short stumps? Yeah, with the winter jacket I can start opening up. It's pretty warm. In the sun probably more than 10 degrees even. Once there's no wind you could almost be with just long sleeve shirt. Här nog kanske 15 i zonen. Nu är det bara pretty warm for March. Ja, det skulle vara. Pretty damn nice weather. No, it's pretty dry, yeah. There's no water here even almost. This is usually a lake in the spring here. This area. So last fall plus this spring has been pretty dry. Usually the water level can easily be 30 centimeters higher. There is water, but it's almost under the grass.
Joo.
This is also a good indicator that last fall plus this winter it didn't rain that much. There's like half a foot of water, maybe a foot of water. Usually there's so much you can't walk there.
Pudottaa puhkeassa snabbt sen då.
Ja, när inte regnar det nu så det blir nog, kan nog bli tidigt i vår. Det är bara att det blir
Där. Sen är det siis ja växthushommar så kan man köpa isomaren där med ankoret i den där mätare det är för trädgården.
Ja.
Metaller juuri.
Ja, nu ska ha sån ju. In i växthuset kan man ha en sån här tempimeter för så vet man hur mycket det blir varmt.
Blåsen där inlagueen.
Ja.
Jag tycker bara sådana. Det är som en sticko som skal.
Dig this up here, make a little pond in the lake. Alltså in the forest. It's like up higher in all directions, so this is like a mini, almost like a pond. If it's really dry in the summer, then it's bone dry, and then sometimes in spring when it's a lot of snow that melts, then it's like a little pond. You could make it almost into a lake if you dig down like 2 meters everywhere here. Could make it into like a swimmable lake almost. Swimmable area. Ja. Here's also a few spruces have died, but then there's pine coming in very nicely here. But yeah, nothing needs to be done here yet in a few years. Just let them grow. But yeah, last summer was good when it rained a decent bit. You can see all the trees grew quite a bit.
Joo.
More than the previous year. Grew maybe this much previous year, than more now, or last summer. Rain, in an area like this, more rain is better. Top has been bitten off. Luckily it's an aspen tree.
Joo.
So the moose doesn't go after the spruce, thank God. Here you can see some, that birch has been eaten, this has been eaten. A little wildlife damage. But yeah, that's why we want to have a little bit too many trees at this point. Then when they grow a little bit, then I can choose and cut down the damaged ones. Leave the good ones. Yeah, here. Probably from that forest, or these pines, 20 meters out, it gives a lot of seeds. You can see all the pines here have come in naturally. A lot of pine here. From those maybe, and from the neighbors. Pine there. So you can see, yeah, it's quite far. It has the seeds have spread quite far. Here it's good to get a mix of pine inside because this is kind of dry up here. We planted spruce here, but it can be a heavily pine here too. More like pine ground, but I didn't want to plant any pine because moose eats the pine. But when you get naturally like a ton of pine, then maybe a few survive. I don't see too many pines that have been eaten though. Maybe that one. Rapakivi. There's a big Rapakivi. A lot of Rapakivi here. This one, that one there. There. No wonder they were here digging this up for gravel. Nature's gravel here. There's some holes here where they have been digging that rock. I think they have dug a little bit from that. And there's a few like big holes here in the ground that they actually took some gravel from at some point.
Joo.
Still easy to walk through here. I'm a little surprised on how little like crap has come up. Sometimes it's like a jungle at this point already.
Näin tarvinnut ennen.
This is not too bad.
Säänpöydäksi nousin.
Nah, but I mean the trees. Like usually it's like this around every tree, but these we can soon come and cut down, but it's not.
Iva. Paljon större di. Eli.
Where?
Pardi.
I can hear it.
Det pardi åt vänster. Jag såg just där. Här. Jag får åt vänster till Eli.
Oh wow. There was a moose there.
Liten fullvuxen. Det såg ut som var höga.
We came so if I wouldn't have said anything, gone up on that ridge, then we might have. The moose was probably lying there behind the
Jag är
ridge.
inte så rädd för den var där kanske 10 meter från den. Jag får dit åt just visstånd åt vänster.
Damn, almost the first. We saw a moose on stream, almost.
Jag såg den därifrån.
I heard it when it was running. I heard like some sound. Ja. It must have been hiding somewhere here. Or sleeping.
Ja.
But yeah, it ran away that way, and you didn't see it on chat, but we were probably 20 meters away from a moose right there. Because John saw it and I heard it.
Ja.
You could hear when a little crunching of branches, and you could hear like someone running.
Video så steg den först upp.
Yeah.
Så därför räckte det en stund, sen började den fara dit.
So there are moose here.
Ja.
Confirmed moose.
Ligger så här nära oss nu då. Ja, liksom. Och ligger så här och sådär. Men de vill ju inte gå dit där just. Ligger nära måkarna. Det är mycket ljud.
Should have been quiet for 10 more meters. If we would have been here, then we would probably have seen when
Det
it
var
was.
enkelt. De svenskbyssen och så. Jag marsade första varvet när jag får ner dit. Sen jag kom tillbaka upp och där stod på sådana jordar där mitt på UVD. Jag såg där i plats på UVD.
Ja.
UVD upp dit för skogen. Jag marsade dit sen jag såg så när man är tyst i sällskap så far de dit bara. Fast de vågar så jag undrar och de sa att men sen började de marsa dit. Det var för en
Yeah, just one moose, I think. Can't hear anything right now. But yeah, here it changes. That was planted 2020. This is a few years before that. I think this will need some brush cutting this summer. Like this is pretty dense here. This might need a little brush cutting, I think. If I'm gonna do like this whole area basically here. Maybe a hectare or two. It's a little bit varying here. Some places need more than the others, but might do this at some point in the fall maybe. Or in the summer would be the best, but if it's a hot summer then it's not fun doing this in the summer. Yeah, we can check. If you saw exactly where it went. Maybe we can see some really fresh tracks. If you see the tracks in the snow, then you can see if it's really fresh. Don't see anything here. There's a little snow, but I don't see. Det ska vara lite så här färskt när det smälter. And there's a track, yeah, but those doesn't look fresh maybe. Those look a little older. Not enough snow anymore. If there would be more snow, then we could clearly see where it went. Yeah, crap at least. But crap there is everywhere.
Där, det tror jag ett spår sen just där.
Ah, fresh track. It could have been lying somewhere here in the sun. And it went that way.
Jag tror härifrån.
Here is a little bit snow actually here. Here you can maybe see. There's almost snow everywhere here. I don't see any tracks. But we can keep going that way. Here's more crap. More moosey crap. Sometimes you can smell the moose a little bit. I don't smell anything special. Just smells like spring. Probably go down there now and check. There's like a spring there. See if there's water in the spring. Yeah, the trees are maybe on average. What are the trees on average here? 3 meters. 3-4 meters. Maybe maybe this fall then the trees are like around 4 meters, 5 meters. Then we might do the brush cutting here. It's kind of weird because some places it's not very dense and then there's some spots where it's pretty dense. Should we go? We can go and try to check the spring there, see if there's water.
Ja.
If I can find, it's not so easy to find the spring now. Previously I knew where the road went down to through the spring almost. It should be close to that big alder, like down the hill and then right there. The big aspen fell there, that's like on that side, so it should be like that way.
Ja.
Not easy to find. Not as easy now as when there was like a big forest here. Big trees, but few trees. Now there's a lot of small trees. And some big stumps left. Some moose destroyed trees.
Där är mycket tris.
Yeah, there definitely the mooses are around here. Yeah, it should be that the way. Spring here it's like not dense at all. Here you don't need anywhere. I might just do some small places also depending. Like this doesn't need very much right here.
Ja, det är mycket senare.
Det är, vi har inte kommit något björkar, bara någon enda sådär som man kan ta bort. Så där uppe i det kanten, där var jävla pusikko där. Yeah, more crap, and here the moose has been lying down. You can see when the grass is really flat, then there's probably places where the moose has been sleeping. Fertilizer.
Såna är bara
Yeah, we could even see but wolf is harder to see. Moose and deer are the easiest to see because they're not that scared. They don't hear that well. Yeah. The wild boars run away way early. Moose and deer, they're a little bit like, it's not. I can't hear really that well. I can't see that well. There, the moose has been sleeping right where you are now, for sure. But yeah, the spring. Where is the spring? Should be this way. There's a big aspen tree that fell down. Roots are sticking there, but that's a tree. It's just leave it. No need to make that into firewood. That's good for the many critters like the big dead tree. If you see another, it's like a huge aspen tree, probably like 1/2 meter diameter. It fell down in a storm, but it can just be. Yeah, that's good for the diversity of nature. It's best to just leave it. Yeah, a lot of critters like need big dead wood, and that's a good example of one to leave. No point in come here with the tractor and try to salvage like one tree. I think here is a spring, or maybe it's there. A lot of critters have been drinking here, I think. Yeah, I don't know if this is. It might be this and that, like this. Some of these is it's like a spring. You can't really see if the water's coming up from underneath. Yeah, I think it's close to that one. Like there should be like tractor tracks. Maybe this is but I think that's the main spring. It could be muddy at the bottom, but don't walk. If you walk through it, we should like dig a small ditch and you see if like the water flows up, then you would know it's like a spring. But I think that might be the main. I haven't really localized exactly where the spring is, but it's really wet always here. I'm thinking it's one of those that is a spring. Yeah, it should be like, I think right here is, I think that's a spring. Don't walk through it so it's muddy. I think this is the spring right here. If you dig like a small ditch so it would flow, then you could almost see where it comes up. But yeah, but this doesn't flow anywhere now, so you can't see. But also there's not like a lot of flow because it's wet here, but it's not like some springs where you can see when the water comes up. I think it might be somewhere here because yeah, it's always wet right here, even on a dry summer. But yeah, either here or there, it's like a spring, actual spring. Yeah, I can't see any water movement. It might be a very small spring. So there's like a ditch there. If you dig like a small ditch here, then you could see when it flows. And you. Nej, det kommer nog ner någonstans nerifrån. Men det är för när det en gång var det minus 20 så var det inte frusit så vet man att det måste komma upp. Ja. Här kommer det en traktorspår där. Så det är nog där det är det springen. That's a spring. Somewhere there. Here's like a little tractor tracks here. Jo, här har svårt. Så det där diket där börjar diket. Man ser att det är ron. Och inte rinner det hit något heller, det är nog så torrt den.
Ja.
Surprisingly dry this time of the year almost. There's where the ditch starts right there. There's a little flow there. But it comes from here and flows. There's a little, I see movement. Go a little bit this way, see. Here it's kind of bushy. Bushy. Yeah, it's not, the spruces have kind of room, but there's a lot of this here that you could cut down. Soon-ish, I would say. This year or next year. There's a bunch of stuff here.
Mycket björkar.
Ja, det kommer. Så här brukar det se ut. Men det här är röd en gång, så det kommer all tillbaka. Men på någon granar blir sen börjar bli sådär större så kommer det inte så mycket tillbaka. Men almost too much competition here. And it's gonna look a whole different when the leaves come on. Then the birches look like twice the size. Yeah, here's all kinds of trees. There's some older trees, a little patch. But yeah, right now would not be a bad time to do brush cutting, but like there's no snow and no grass, so you have good visibility, but for the trees it would be better to do it when they don't come back as fast if you do it in the middle of the summer. We can go back there where it's less bushy. This is where the ditch, little ditch comes from that place. Not much flow there either. Back to the 2020 stuff. Here it's a little easier to walk. Borders right there. Smaller trees here. It's getting warm. Winter jacket can go. If you do something, you can definitely not have the winter jacket on. Too warm. Let's go back up to that hill and then back. One birch been snapped off. But yeah, if you think the spruces were planted in 2020, these birches were planted in 2020, the birches are quite a bit bigger. They have grown like only 5 summers to this size. Like that one is 6-7 meters tall in 5 years. Like the good ones here. Birch grows quite fast in the beginning. Here's a little bit. We planted some small patches of birch. Here was one, up there was one, and then behind the hill was one. They're decent sized here already. Some have like, not many have been destroyed by the moose though. Like here it's like 1 or 2. Maybe that has some damage. It's gonna be a nice birch forest. Some nice firewood from here in the future. Maybe in 10 years we can take firewood from right here. Maybe more, maybe a little bit more than 10 years, something like that. That one will be good firewood. Big bend right there. Go up in the windy place to cool down. Oh god, here we go. It's too hot soon. Now you can still adjust with clothes, thank god. But soon it's gonna be so hot that it's gonna be hot all the time. Here's again some planted birches, I think. Here's a nice example. This one is really nice. Straight and tall. That one's 2, 4, that's more than, is it almost 8 meters? That's crazy, from 2020. Only 5 summers of growing. It's gone from a tree, when we planted the tree was about this size, to that in like only 5 years. Pretty fast. The spruces grow a little bit slower in the beginning, but they should speed up from here. Also the soil might be a little warmer there in the hill, like down here where it's flat, it might be more grass competition and more, a little bit cooler dirt. Makes it a little bit slower in the beginning. Oh, it's getting warm. Throw my jacket off almost. Can take my hat off for sure. Only camera on hand. That's gonna cool things down.
Joo.
This head strap is getting loose. I need to try to tighten it up. Feels wobbly. Hat came off for the first time now. Are your boots watertight? Screen testan stilan alla. Hålla dem vatten. Hålla stilan vatten.
Ne on torran poäng.
Ja.
Alltså mycket marknader. Steinalla. Stomma. Sen farlig håll i sig.
Nej, de där så det kommer såna här forest boots or just normal boots. Maybe try to go. It's better best to go somewhere there because I need to. I don't want to walk over the field. It's gonna be super muddy.
No,
Up and over.
joo.
Almost no snow anywhere. Very little snow, just in some northern sites.
Joo.
Get some vitamin D now for sure. Maybe take a shortcut over the field, see how muddy it gets. In the morning it would have been, when the field was frozen, it would have been less muddy. Maybe I can do a few steps. Yeah. Yeah, you can see, there's no puddles. Sometimes there's a puddle on the field here. It's kind of clay here, but it was so little snow that it just sucked it right up. Sucked it right up. Here the birches are the same size, like really tall. Rowing good. What? Oh yeah, it's breaking apart. The sun is so heavy that rocks are breaking. When you walk on the rocks, they just crumble under the weight. Let's go over the field here. See how much mud we can collect. Maybe it's not that sticky. It's like, yeah, it's not that bad actually. It could be worse. It's like it's a little bit drier. It's not super wet anymore. So it's just sticking like a little bit. Oh, now it's collecting for sure. Boots get heavy. Gotta walk here in the grass afterwards, try to clean the boots up. Yeah, just need a few steps and now all of a sudden the boots weigh 2 kilos more. Try to wipe it off. On a rock or something. Oop. Yeah, maybe I'll try to. Maybe it's better to walk through the forest. Find a rock to, or a tree to scrape off the mud. Once you walk a little bit, it should also clear up quite a bit. Yeah, a little stump like this. Well, that's too rotten. Little stump that does not break. It's good to clean the bottom of the boot. Get that mud off. Now the boots feel pretty normal weight again. Oh, the moss is already dusty. What the hell? But yeah, if it doesn't rain at all, it's gonna be could be a pretty dry spring. Whew, yeah, definitely you could be with here where it's no wind, you could be with just a long sleeve shirt. It's getting hot in here. What's the What's the heat record for this time? I think this might be pretty close, like +10. Maybe it's not the heat record, but it's got to be pretty close. It should be like many days like this now. No end in sight for the warm weather. This will clean the boots. Mine seem to be waterproof also. Oh, no, not leaking. As long as we don't fall over, it's good. Nothing left but water and ice from the ski track. Here we skied just a few weeks ago. We skied here, now it's like water and ice left.
Joo,
Yeah, here we stopped when we skied. Now it looks like a different place. Spring is officially here. And the small birds have arrived. With this kind of warmth, a few weeks, if it stays like this, then the leaves are starting to come out like real early. With this speed, definitely in April, it's gonna be like mid-April that leaves might be starting to come out. I don't think the trees have woken up yet, but these will start to bulge up and then the leaves come up. It's still -degrees during the night sometimes now, so I think that keeps the trees from starting, but not too long, and I think stuff will really start to change. Yeah, all the firewood is split, all the snow is gone. It's hot, I need to not use my winter jacket anymore. Just like that, spring is here. Very little flow in the ditch. Yeah, usually there's more than this in the spring. So there wasn't that much snow, so absolutely no spring flooding this year. It looks like in the summer, like basically a little water in the bottom. Yeah, we did like a little lap in the forest, and we almost got a moose on stream. That would have been a first to get a moose on stream. Like John saw it, I heard it, but I don't think we saw it on stream. But we were probably like 20 meters away from a moose. Then it heard us and ran away. But there were so many trees that we couldn't see it, but that would have been a really cool clip to see actually a wild moose on stream. But almost. Yeah, this is really nice. For March, this is really nice weather. 10 degrees, warm, not too windy, sunny even. Usually this time it starts to get really sunny. March, April, June, May, June. That's usually the really sunny months. So then it changes from this, or from the dark, always dark, to basically this, like always sunny almost. Now the firewood really is drying. This is very good firewood drying weather. I don't know. Did you check the moisture in the air? It's probably pretty low now. A few days like this and the air moisture will be very low, and then this firewood really dries up. Yeah, all the firewood is ready for drying. Flies are here already. Didn't take long for the bugs to arrive. There's like some sort of flying thing there.
Joo.
Buzz. Yeah, so this will really dry here now. Sun, wind, warmer temps. Smells like fresh firewood. Yeah, you definitely get your vitamin D right now. Just need to stand here. It's very, very sunny now. I'm gonna try the other stick here, see if this one is also frozen to the ground still. But yeah, ground is also, it's only frozen here where I had my ski track. On the sun it's like not frozen, but we'll see. I think these sticks are still a little frozen to the ground. Otherwise I could remove these. Yeah, it's frozen. No, this wasn't. It was frozen and now it broke off. So now there's a little piece left, I think. So there's like ice. I think it broke off. Maybe it didn't break off. I'll put it back. It's better to take these a little later. There's still a little ice. Once we wait a few days and it should melt, then I can take those off. The whole piece off. But yeah, here it's like generally this field, there's no frost, like the ground is soft already. I tried with the stick and you could push it down. There was no frozen ground. So once this dries up, then we can plow this. Put some oats in this field. Maybe we can check there how warm it is. Does it say the air moisture here also? Temperature is probably 10 degrees or more. It feels warm. I don't even have a hat on and it's warm.
5, joo.
Oh yeah, 12 degrees and 45% moisture. That sounds like firewood drying weather. Yeah, I think you get, I don't know how much you need to stand in the sun to get the D vitamin. I don't think it's that much actually. A few hours per day definitely should be enough. But yeah, 12 degrees, so in the sun it's probably like, that should be in the shade still. It's like 15 degrees in the sun. Crazy. It's crazy warm. It's, what is it, 20th of March today, yeah. And all the snow is gone. Yeah, need to get my greenhouse ordered, then we can start building the greenhouse, I think, soon. Get it ready, because I can, with this kind of weather, it doesn't take long, then I can start to grow things in the greenhouse already. Like for sure in a few weeks you could start to grow something in the greenhouse already, if the weather keeps like this. But yeah, on the vitamin D, I'm no doctor, I don't know, but I think I get enough from just the sun, because I don't really eat any like vitamins. Sometimes I eat some, but not too much. I think I get enough vitamin D. I don't know, I could be deficient on vitamin D. I haven't done any tests either. but it feels okay. So it's gotta be, can't have any super bad deficiencies, I think. Yep, cable to keep the pole from falling over. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it today. I couldn't take the sticks away. We just did a little forest walk. Checked the forest today. Then next time we might be back, we might do we could start to take the chains off the tractors, I think, put the snow blower away. Like, I think the winter gear is not really needed anymore. It might get colder, back colder a little bit, but I don't think there's gonna be enough snow really to plow anymore. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you also have this nice weather. I'll see you guys next time.
Great dawn bread, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massive 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still stops on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Rain dust dancing, sun breaks the fall. Black soil turning under steel and slaw. 165 homes through the low wet ground. 399 holes as the swans swing around. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pines. Oh yeah. Forest at our shoulders, fields at our feet. 4 old friends and a lifetime of weed. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the valley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah. You can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, cloud